Hey everyone, we're here at Korg with the Minilogue XD analog synth, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at XD's multi-engine oscillator and its filter. So the multi-engine on Minilogue XD is actually the same as the multi-engine on the Korg Prologue, and it's a digital oscillator in addition to the two analog VCOs or voltage controlled oscillators from the original Minilogue, and it contains 3 modes. And by default that's going to be a noise mode. So if I turn down VCO number 1 in the mix, and I'm on a initialized patch, so a completely blank patch, and turn up the multi-engine, I'm just going to get noise. And I can filter that noise using the shape knob when I'm in the noise section of the multi-engine. It displays high because I'm in high pass noise mode, but there's a couple different types. Low pass noise mode, a peaking noise mode or band pass, and the key that I press will actually change the range of frequencies that I'm band passing at. The last type of noise is a digital noise mode, which is actually bit crushed. So you can use that to make some really cool percussive sounds or sounds that require a little bit more grit. The second mode in the multi-engine on Minilogue XD is the VPM mode. And you can see that when I switched, it showed VPM for a moment. That stands for variable phase modulation, and it's a way of storing digital waveform information on Korg analog synths. So the VPM mode starts with a sine, and I can use the shape knob to adjust the algorithm and how the waveform is shaped. And there's a couple more sines in there. And you can, of course, modulate that from the shape function on the LFO. But after the sines, there's a couple analog modeled waveforms, like saw waves, and then square waves, and then some digital waveforms that aren't really modeled after an analog waveform. And modulating those becomes really fun because you can get some cool digital timbres out of it. The third mode in the multi-engine on Minilogue XD is the user section, and that's really exciting. It debuted on the Korg Prologue as the first ever open source oscillator found on an analog synth. So users can load custom waveforms. Out of the box it comes with a morphing wavetable oscillator that sounds like this. It sounds really nice if I kind of bring in some attack, a little bit of release, and then maybe throw a little bit of reverb on there to make kind of a very nice sounding pad. And if you're looking to fill up your user section of your multi-engine with some custom oscillators, we actually have a video on the Korg YouTube that shows you how to do it on Prologue, but because the multi-engine and the editor librarian software is pretty much identical between Minilogue XD and Prologue, you can go to that video and follow the steps and it'll work on your Minilogue XD at home. So I mentioned the shape knob on the multi-engine, and that's similar to the shape knob on the VCOs, which are wave shapers. This is shaping in a digital context using the multi-engine. And that can actually be modulated, for example, using the LFO. So if I just play a note, and then add in some LFO modulation by switching the target to shape, and then let's use a triangle for this example, go to normal speed mode, and then bring the rate kind of down to the middle, and then slowly bring the intensity knob up. But the multi-engine's shape parameter can also be modulated by using motion sequencing with the sequencer of Minilogue XD. So I'm going to pull up an initialized program, which is just a blank program that starts with a gated saw wave, just like on the original Minilogue, but I'm going to turn down VCO 1 and 2 in the mixer and turn up the multi-engine. By default, it starts on noise mode, but let's switch it to the VPM engine. Then we're going to change the type to one of the more aggressive digital waveforms, and that sounds like this. Let's drop the octave. And now let's go to motion mode and input motion by step into the sequencer. Remember, we're only inputting motion here. There are no notes currently in the sequencer. So if I press play, we won't hear anything. But if I press a key, that motion is happening when the sequencer is running. So that's just an example of one of the things that you can do with the multi-engine and the sequencer by motion sequencing by step on Minilogue XD. The filter is also similarly revoiced, with a bassy low end and a drive switch so you can overdrive your signal going into the filter, and that can result in some really pleasant and aggressive squelch or really nice gentle pads with a huge low end sound. So let's just play some gated saw waves and sweep the filter a little bit so you can get a feel for what the filter on Minilogue XD sounds like. With 50% resonance, with 60% resonance, with even more resonance, and we'll drop the octave a little bit. Now let's apply some drive. This is overdriving the signal from one VCO into the filter. That was 50% drive, and now with 100% drive. And we can combine that with the sequencer to create, for example, an acid bassline. So let's enter step record mode and input a sequence step by step. So now we put in 16 steps, we can press play. And now we want to add some envelope into that. So we'll target the cutoff using the envelope generator, which we'll also talk about in the next video. So that's the Minilogue XD. If you have any questions or you want to let us know about a sound you made on the Minilogue XD, hit the comments below and remember to subscribe to the Korg YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.